Webster, Ross Oakes and D. Foggy Johnston. The halves are Jordan Lilly and Rowan Milnes. The forwards, Liam Kirk, Barry Wildy, Steve Crossley, Elliot Minchenna, Cora Farrell and Sam Hallas. And on the interchange bench for John Keir's side, it's Ross Peltier, Mikey Wood, George Flanagan and Matt Staunton for Halifax as Bradford take the first tackle of the afternoon with Steve Crossley 15 out from his own try line. It's Quinton Lalauta Togagay at fullback, Wigfrey quarter line of James Saltonstall, Steve Tyra, Chester Butler, who will join Huddersfield next year, and Will Sharp. The halves, a lot of experience from Scott Morrell and Scott Griggs. The forwards, Ben Kavanagh, Brandon Moore, Adam Tangata, Liam Cooper, Ed Barber, and at loose forward, former Bulls loanee Jacob Fairbank, and on the bench, James Woodburn Hall and Elliot Morris, and former Bradford players Kevin Leroyer and Dan Fleming. The referee comes from Wigan. It is Scott Mika Lauskas, and Bradford already on the last tackle, just shy of halfway, out of dummy half towards Lilly. Lilly straight down the throat there of Will Sharp, and Will Sharp now will go on an attacking raid outside his own 20-metre line, but he's brought down there by Crossley and Milnes in a two-man tackle. Morell in there at dummy half to QLT. They're going over on that left edge towards Griggs, over 250 Super League appearances, and he's certainly going to offer a lot of experience. 35 years of age, scored a try against Batley last week in that 24-16 defeat for Halifax. As we said, both sides currently outside of the top 5 in the Championship. Bradford 7th on 16 points, Halifax 8th on 16 points, but certainly a bit of a welcome distraction this afternoon on Pulse 2. So no score here gone, and we've had exactly a minute and a half gone, and Halifax now, they're up to halfway and they've exhausted their set of 6. It goes back to Morell. Morell looking to put Ethan Ryan under pressure. Ethan Ryan nearly collided there with D. Fogging Johnston. It's good they have the TCAS operational. That was beeping away, and we nearly had a mid-air collision there, and thankfully D. Fogging Johnston just pulled out at the last minute, and Bradford now, they've got the ball back just outside their own 20-metre line, and it goes from Milnes to Grant. Grant's second tackle gone. He's 20 shy of halfway. Wildy out of dummy half, probing, looking for first points, goes to Webster. Webster's over on the far stand side, brought down on the halfway line in a three-man tackle. Scott Griggs, one of the Halifax stalwarts in defence there, racing clear. Lilly now centre field to Hallas. Hallas like a battering ram, can't get past Ed Barber, and Ben Kavanagh, he's brought down on the last tackle. 40 metres out from that Halifax line. Lilly goes high, straight down the throat of QLT. QLT will take that on the 10-metre line. He'll be penned inside his own 20 by Milnes and Crossley. A good, energetic start to this one, Damien Irvine. It's 0-0 on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. Just shy of 3 minutes gone.
Oh, it's high quality, Mick. Both sides, two very good sets and good kicks away. Jordan Lilly, very good first kick to split the wingers and fullbacks on his first kick away. Good distance between them. The referee's getting it back. Nice 10 metres. Good quality this early on. It's going to come down to errors and discipline, as it always does, as Halifax playing the ball now, going for a 40-20 early.
Scott Morell looking to catch D. Fogging Johnston out of position. Johnston races back, picks it up, he's outside of his own 20. Lateral run, he's caught on the shoulder tops there by Jacob Fairbank, one of 5 former Bradford players in this Halifax side this afternoon. Dan Fleming, Jacob Fairbank, Kevin Leroyer, Ben Kavanagh and James Saltonstall. James Saltonstall, he's back from injury. He, of course, was on loan from Warrington here at Odsal under Francis Cummins back in 2014. Wildy up and over halfway. Bumper to bumper there as he meets Morell head on. 5 metres inside that Halifax half. Lilly goes the short side to Webster. Webster's brought down by Griggs. 5 metres in from the far stand side on the last tackle. Back to Lilly. 35 metres out. It's a shallow cake. A bit of spiral on it. Farrell's chasing it. Farrell's put a push on the back of a Halifax player, but QLT does impeccably well, and he's brought down there by Farrell. 15 metres out from his own try line. 4 minutes gone here on Pulse 2. Don't forget, use the Bulls Live hashtag. Also, Bradford Bulls Live on Facebook. Let us know your comments, where you think this game's going to be won and lost, where you think it's heading, and everybody who's joining us on the app and also on 1275 and 1530 this afternoon. What a humdinger this is going to be. We already know Hull FC, Warrington and St Helens are in that semi-final draw that will take place here at Odsal at 4:45 following the conclusion of this game. Halifax just shy of halfway, goes to Morell, he's took a ricochet, Johnston picks it it up. He's brought down there by Will Sharp. Bradford now, the 55 metres out from that Halifax line. They're going to have a full set of 6 just about inside the Halifax half as it goes from Ross Oakes. He's brought down there by Barber. Barber wraps him up. He's a metre inside the Halifax half. Second tackle got. Mills in at dummy half to Wildy. Wildy now to Crossley. Crossley fronts up. Brought down there by Fairbank. Also coming in is Adam Tangata, the Cook Island international. Tangata over the top. Now it's quick play the ball. Wildy to Mills. To Johnston. Johnston's a live wire. Fourth tackle gone here. And there's been a head collision there between Johnston and a Halifax player. And referee Scott Michalauskas is going to stop the clock because the Halifax player is down out cold there, Damien, and it's looking a little bit concerning for head coach Simon Griggs and the Halifax side.
Yeah, he just seemed to get his head down around the hip area as he took the first collision there on Defog and Johnson, who made a good run inside. Some nice play from Milnes down the left-hand edge there. Dummy showing the ball, holding it up and getting Johnson back on the inside. Bulls are going to be playing it just inside the 40-metre line on the attack. Got to say, just fell in the advantage there to the Bulls. It's been a very high-quality first opening few minutes to this game. Both sides completing at 100%, getting to their kicks in good order and moving the ball around left to right. What's become quite evident from the Bulls early on is they fancy themselves on the right edge here of Halifax. They're quite obviously focusing on that right edge, Halifax left edge of defence. They're looking to get Jordan Lilly at running angles and Big Jake Webster on the outside there. They made a few statements there when they could have come open side, but they very deliberately went back and pushed that right edge. I'd say that's been some video analysis there working on that from Keir. They fancy themselves down through there and maybe for a quick switch then out to the open side. Very good high quality as it looks like this player for Halifax is going to be okay. They're showing adequate concern there, but it looks to be just that precautionary. Really good start to the game from both sides, as I say. The little advantage has come to the Bulls. They're going to have a good attacking kick away at the end of this set should they get to the end of their set, because there was good kick pressure on the last fifth tackle option there from Halifax that came to the right edge around the 40-metre line. Rushed to kick. There was very good kick pressure, and it just got a ricochet, and it only travelled 15 metres when Defog Johnson picked it up. So the Bulls actually sort of won that battle of possession in early territory for the first, I wouldn't say error, but the first really lack of ideal kick that was given away there from Halifax. So Halifax player to his feet now. The concern is there he's going to go off for a concussion check, I would have thought, Mick.
Ed Barber leaves the field. He will go for the 15-minute concussion check. On will come Kevin Leroyer. And the referee will say on his whistle, once Ed Barber has left the field of play, it will be a play the ball to the Bradford Bulls. 25 metres out from that Halifax line, just to the left of centre field.
It was an awkward tackle.
Will be
he went very direct.
4.
He got his head in front of Dean Fonga Johnson there, not off to the edge, and it's really knocked him on the top of the head there. But he looks to be okay for those listeners concerned. Dave Fogger Johnson's going to play the ball now to Weirdley, who's had a very live wire start to this game at dummy half. Finds Crossley.
To Kirk. Kirk brought down there by Brandon Moore and Kevin Leroy, who's just come on the field. Last tackle, Lily crossfield kick, looking for Dalton Grant. They're just going to let the Halifax defender over on that far stand side, which is James Salton-Saul, just leap high, take that, feet hit the ground, and he's smothered just outside his own 20-metre line. Halifax back in possession. 5 minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 0, Halifax 0. Talking to John Keir pre-match, he was talking about a strong opening, strong first 5 sets, a lot of energy, enthusiasm, quick play the balls, take the game to Halifax, a strong kick return, and try to play through Halifax rather than around. Try to date them down the middle and start and continue and work on aggressive defence, which was sadly missing last Sunday at Featherstone. Here come Halifax, Kavanagh down the middle. They've bombed it at Halifax. It was a pass on the inside, looking for Scott Morrell. That one's been knocked on, and just like Leeds did here in the last round underneath the post with Lola here, Halifax could have opened the scoring, and that's a danger sign there for the Bulls. Kavanagh, too much space, too much room to manoeuvre.
First set in the game, actually, the Halifax have taken the handbrake off a little bit and looked for that second phase ball up the middle. They got a good second phase pass away earlier in the set, and that one just broke up the middle. Very dubious pass, it must be said, just after halfway. Was called forward by a lot of players here. As Steve Fogger Johnson finds space down the left-hand side. He's got support on the inside.
Mills is in! Mills is going to go into the corner! It's a valiant chase by Manchester Butler! But Dave fucking Johnston, for Triacy of the season. He has got his third try in 2019. And will he score a more pivotal try? The Bulls open the scoring here at Hudsall. 4 points to 0.
There wasn't much happening there, Mick. Obviously the error came as there was a line bust there from Halifax. Bulls got an early repeat set there. They've got off their line nice and easily. Moved it to the left. Mills has found a little bit of space. A nice ball. They just played the numbers and got around the outside. Dave Foggen-Johnson. And Mills, like an experienced halfback, he caught the ball to get out the outside of the defence, and he followed up on the inside once they got around them to put the ball down about 3 metres in from touch. Good work from Foggen-Johnson there. He used his speed to get around the outside of the defence, and then good backup play, as all halfbacks should, just on the inside there from Ryan Mills. A very, very good try that, and one that probably is a bit of a leg up, I would say, for the Bulls. It's been very even to this point in the game.
And just as I said, Damien, that rather than play around, Chunky is talking about going through. The Bulls go on the outside. The Pulse 2 kick predictor on this main stand side for Elliot Minchella. He's saying 60%. Minchella from this main stand, he skewed it. He's gone to the left-hand side of the post. So the Pulse 2 scoreboard here at Hudsall Stadium in this Coral Challenge Cup quarter-final tie reads the Bradford Bulls 4, Halifax 0. And that was great flick on pass from Ross Oakes. Johnston sucked in QLT, and Milnes, he went on the diagonal to the corner. A valiant chase back there by Chester Butler, but Milnes, far too superiority there with the running feet.
I know Milnes got on the end of that to score the try, but a real bit of class from a young halfback and a really good sign for the rest of the game was the fact that he numbered up. You said that the game plan was to go up the middle, but Milnes looked up and he saw that they had numbers on the outside if the pass was crisp and good enough. He got it to that side, great hands through Oakes, and then it's got out to Foggen-Johnson. Smart from the halfback, that'll give him a world of confidence.
Just looking at the weather, the heavens have just opened here with light drizzle as Steve Crossley on the return carries it to the 20-metre line. Tackle number 1, there's oohs and ahs out there on the field. Hallis will take the second tackle, and here goes Wildy out of dummy half, attracting attention from Kevin Leroyer. Leroyer and Fairbank in that two-man tackle for Halifax. Here goes Minchella. Minchella down the middle, up to halfway. 2 tackles remaining here for the Bulls. Hallis has to keep hold of the ball, and he's smothered there in a Brandon Moore tackle. They're 35 metres out from that Halifax line. Last tackle, Lilly goes to the sky. Connor Farrell chasing it, taken superbly there by Sharp, and he'll be brought down by Milnes and Crossley and Minchella for good measure. Bradford fielding 10 homegrown players in the starting side this afternoon. Staunton, Mills, Oakes, Flanagan, Peltier, Minchella, Crossley, Kirk and Ethan Ryan. That could give the Bulls that extra 10, 15% here at Hudsall Stadium. 10 minutes gone and Halifax have lost the ball 40 metres out from the road try line, and this is great field position here for the Bulls.
It's the first error of the game to come, which is a sign of the quality of the match up till now. A little bit of rushed work there from dummy half. You've just seen a little error trying to pick it up. That's going to be crucial for Halifax. It'll hurt. They're on their own 40-metre line. The scrum will set. I would say the end of the sets, Jordan Lilly just struggling a little bit with the high kicks in that right corner. The breeze is having an effect there. It's just getting hard to judge the depth of those high kicks. Might see him go towards the ground on the next couple of kicks and try and punch into that corner to take the breeze out of play. It might be easy to judge. As Bulls play the ball now, Wildy.
Minchella tackle 1, Kirk tackle 2. 25 metres out, centre of the field, attacking the South Bank stand in this first half. Boomerang pass from Wildy to Lilly. Lilly flicks it on to Ryan. Ryan goes behind Connor Farrell, and that is the first penalty of the afternoon. And that was criminal there from the Bulls. Dome football, not needed. Great field position. They concede the penalty. And now a huge let off there for Halifax as they will look to build a bit of attacking pressure. And Scott Morrell drills that one into touch shy of the halfway line. And if you just joined us, it's Mick Gledhill and Damien Irving. We've had 11 minutes gone here at Hudsall Stadium. Halifax lost Ed Barber in the 6th minute to a head concussion after his head collided with defogging Johnston, and then we've seen Rowan Milnes opening the score, and it's 4-0 to the Bulls. Here goes Scott Morrell up and over halfway to Laroya on this right-hand edge. Laroya's brought down 22 metres out from that Bradford line. Laroya will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. It goes from Morrell to Fairbank. Fairbank's brought down in a free-man tackle underneath the Bradford post. 15 metres out now, looking for options with Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore to QLT. QLT probing, back to Laroya. Laroya, the former Catalan and Toulouse man, is wrapped up on the last tackle for Halifax. They're 5 metres out from the Bradford line. Sharp at dummy half to Morrell. Morrell kicks it behind, but Matty Wilde smothers on the ball, averts the danger, and it remains on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. 12 and a half gone here at Odsel. It's another intoxicating Coral Challenge Cup game on Pulse 2. It's Bulls 4, Halifax 0, and the Bulls are just working the ball out outside their own 20-metre line.
Yeah, good to see Jake Webster now coming in with a big hit up on the back of a nice hit up there as well from Connor Farrell. So they're getting some work in, taking a bit of pressure off the big prop forwards here. Now, Bulls just getting a bit of a roll on. They're holding down Halifax a little bit longer in the play the ball and getting a little bit better off in the ruck here. There's a very late challenge comes through on Jordan Lilly, and it's blown up, Mick. It was too late in an attack of the legs there at Jordan Lilly.
Liam Cooper has gone in late on Jordan Lilly. He's on loan from St Helens for the full season, and the 22-year-old has sparked we can only describe it as a 26 all-man brawl, 29 if you include the yellow-shirted match officials, and they have got a job on to sort this one out. Jordan Lilly, he's back up on his feet, but Liam Cooper, I think when the video referee Chris Kendall has a look at this and it's slowed down, it is a late hit, and Liam Cooper could find himself in a little bit of hot water here with referee Scott Michalauskas.
Just bordering on high as well. Mickey led with his head there. He's really attacked Lilly. I thought it was legs initially. I think he's had time to pull out. Both feet of the attacking player are on the ground, and the defensive player's launched himself there. I don't think it's a sending off, but it was late enough, and the Bull support has come in to protect their halfback there, and then it was the biggest cuddle you'll ever see on a rugby league pitch as they've all sort of piled haystacks on.
The clock still turning down here. Referee Scott Michalauskas is calling Scott Morrell. This incident might be placed on report. Adam Tangata is going. Adam Tangata.
Oh dear.
It's 10 minutes in the bin for the Cook Island International. Well, someone else is joining him. Connor Farrell's going here as well. He's not finished as Scott Michalauskas. Connor Farrell's being called across, and Connor Farrell, he's going to be going for 10, I think. He's talking to Steve Crossley, and Connor Farrell, is the yellow card in the air? The referee, no, Connor Farrell stays on the field, but it's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls, deep inside the Halifax half, and I'm just seeing where the referee will give the kick, or place kick, or shot at goal will be 20 metres out in front of the post. Steve Crossley saying the Bulls will take the 2 points. Safety first, no second chances. Do you agree with the decision? Tangata going for 10, a late challenge on Jordan Lilly.
I think it was a bit harsh, Mick. I think it was a late challenge. I think a yellow card, just a little bit harsh. I would have seen a penalty, I think, acceptable there. The reason I said, oh dear, the referee pulled his red card out firstly, which I thought would have been a travesty, but he replaced that and pulled out the yellow. I'm not too sure about taking the 2 points here, Mick. A man just gone down. They're a little bit rattled there, Halifax, on the back foot. I personally would have taken the set on the line, six tackles to have a go at their line. I think that would have been a better play. As Minchella has struck it, he's missed it to the right as well. Bulls will get the ball back, but I don't know if that's the right choice going for 2.
Elliot Minchella, he has hoofed the kick from in front of the post. It's just shaved that right hand upright, and that will be a 20-metre dropout for Halifax. The Bulls will get the ball back. The referee has been forced to stop the clock because Halifax are taking an eternity to get proceedings underway. So is Lady Luck and Lightning about to strike twice? A bit of familiarity because Minchella against Leeds, he was 0-2. Is Milnes going to take over? Because he was 4 from 4 as Bradford booked their place in this Coral Challenge Cup quarter-final tie here at Odsal. Crossley's on the halfway line, tackle one. Bulls now have to attack from deep. They've got the numerical advantage. Adam Tangata, the Cook Island international, only his second appearance since rejoining Halifax, is in the bin. It's now going to go from Lilly to Farrell. Farrell over on that right-hand edge, 25 metres out, third tackle gone. Webster in at dummy half, a pedestrian play the ball from the Bulls, just slowing it down ever so slightly as it goes from Lilly to Hallis, the two former Stanley juniors combined. Lilly now running, Lilly takes the line on, and that's the last tackle. He lost the count, and Halifax will play the ball 8 metres out from the line, Damien, and on the Pulse 2 scoreboard with 16 minutes gone at Odsal, it remains Bradford 4, early try from Rowan Milnes, Halifax 0.
He just lost his foot in there, Jordan Lilly, as he went down the right edge and didn't get off the kick away. That said, a quick play the ball necessitated there by Halifax, keeping the ball in play. Probably not a bad tactic, to be fair, with Halifax one man down. The tendency often when a side goes down is for the attacking team to start to swing it right to left really quickly, really laterally, when in effect the best way to use up their defensively is to get up the middle, make them work hard around those edges and really get them to tire over the break whilst they're down a player. As Halifax now working it up towards the halfway line. They're going to have to keep it tight here and keep disciplined to stay in this game. Bulls probably got to try to in them here whilst they're a man down, Halifax.
Brandon Moore to Morel to Leroy, last tackle for Halifax. Morel looks to find touch on this main stand side. Ethan Ryan taking no chances. Good game management from Scott Morel there from the halfway line. That's going to run 30-40 seconds off the clock, and the Bulls are in no hurry to stop the clock. You might suspect John Keir get the message out for him to form the scrum, stop the clock. Not that an extra 15-20 seconds is going to count for much, but you never know. And it will be a scrum head and feed to Bradford, 10 metres out from their own try line. Milnes ball in possession. He opened the scoring in the 7th minute here at Odsal Stadium. His third try of a fantastic 2019. It's his 12th appearance of the season this afternoon. Really growing in stature and confidence. It goes over on that far stand side to Dalton Grant. Grant will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Here goes Ryan. Ryan offloads back to Grant. Grant's clear. 5 metre gain there from Grant. 6 metres shy of halfway over on that far stand side. They're going to move it lateral. Down the middle now. Forward pass there from the Bulls. Liam Kirk to Hallis. That was awful. And he gets a pat on the back from Jordan Lilly and Kirk. Halifax, they'll have a full set of 6 inside the Bulls half. Bradford's first error in open play, just shy of 20 minutes gone. Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bradford 4, Halifax 0.
It's time for some leadership out here for the Bulls. They've got a one-man advantage, and they've lost their way a little bit since that incident. And Halifax had a man sent to the sin bin. The Bulls need some leadership there, just to quieten things down here. Get their heads together, start to go direct. They've got to complete their sets. They should have attacked that kick a little bit better from Morel. He played for the sideline to slow things down, and the Bulls were happy for it to happen. And now, Bulls have come up with a penalty for Halifax. Halifax are going to lap that up all day long whilst they're a man short, Mick. Not the way to play when you've got the advantage. A little bit disappointing this. The Bulls, as I said, need someone to put their hand up and lead from the front here and just say, this is how we're going to play this 10-minute period.
Brandon Moore wins the penalty. Bradford guilty of laying on in the tackle. Halifax leading the early penalty count here by 2 penalties to 1, and that's put the Bulls under a lot of pressure here as Crossley and Hallis have to come in and bring down Kevin Leroy. Here it goes, quick fast hands to QLT. QLT's 8 metres out from the Bradford line, 5 metres in from this main stand side. Sharp in at dummy half. Barrels passes it towards Morel. Morel's looking for the runners, finds Kavanagh. Kavanagh's upended there by Hallis and Crossley. 2 tackles remaining here for Halifax, looking for first points. Morel down the middle to QLT. QLT can't get past Midchella and Crossley. That's the 4th tackle gone. QLT quick play the ball. Here goes Morel. Morel to Butler. Ross Oakes has got him. He's rolled Butler over, and that's the last tackle for Halifax. They're a metre shy of the line. Leroy in a dummy half to Morel. Deft kick, and it's Johnny on the spot there, and that'll be a penalty to the Bradford Bulls. The tackle was completed on Matty Wildy, and that was just dumb play from Halifax as Scott Griggs, with all that experience, the eagerness, he just couldn't hold off, and he rolled Matty Wilde into the Bradford in goal area. The referee, Scott Michalauskas from Wigan, said tackle completed. And Mills will find touch now on this main stand side. Bradford will tap the ball 20 metres out. Penalty count, 2 penalties apiece. Oakes, tackle number 1 in a three-man tackle led there by Fairbank. Also Leroy is involved in there. So too Butler. Wilde out a dummy half. Looks for those willing runners. Finds Kirk. Kirk's on his knees. 5 shy of the halfway line. Centre field. Here goes Webster, who's coming from that far stand side. Straight and direct down the middle. Carries Bradford inside the Halifax half. Mills gets the nod from Johnston. Johnston can he beat Sharp? Sharp just gets there, and Sharp's grounded in goal. Well, the Bull supporters will tell you what they think of that. Will Sharp grounded that ball in the Halifax in goal area with Bradford player on contact. Halifax have got away with one there.
Oh, definitely. Great chase from Dean Fogger-Johnson. When he couldn't get there, he slid over and made a good tackle, and probably should have been a line drop out there. Really close towards the end of this sin binning period now, and it could be a game-changing period, but not the way the Bulls would want. As I say, I think Halifax have had the advantage and been a bit smarter. There's a big 40-20 effort here comes. That's going to be every chance. That's a magnificent kick from Halifax. What a 40-20.
40-20 to Halifax. And that is what Scott Briggs can do. He caught the Bulls out of position. Johnston, he just put that kick through. And that has given Halifax a fresh set of 6, 10 metres out from that Bradford line. 22 minutes gone, 18 out from half-time. It's a low-scoring game here at Odsall. There's a lot of intensity out here on the field. A huge semi-final place at stake at Bolton. Dalton Grant's intercepted the ball. Dalton's looking. Griggs has wrapped him up. And Dalton's brought down 25 out from his own try line. But here come the Bulls. You can't take your ears away from this one. Farrell's on the halfway line. Kavanagh's laying in on top of him. The crowd beseeching. They're wanting a penalty. Not forthcoming. Mills now to Minchella. To Ryan. They're going exploring on this main stand side again. And Scott Morrell drags Ethan Ryan down 5 metres inside the Halifax half. Minchella there to Lilly. Big, heavy collision on Kavanagh and Lilly. Wilde, Minchella now to Hallis. Halifax still down to 12 men, but Tangata is about to come back on. It goes to Wilde. Wilde kicks through. Was Webster obstructed in back play? Referee looks to the touch judge. He's going to put the scrum down. Head and feed to Halifax. We have had 24 minutes gone, 16 out from half-time. Pulse 2 scoreboard is still that sole try in the 6th minute to Rowan Mills, and it is Bradford Bulls 4, Halifax 0, and Adam Tangata is just coming on the field, so they'll be back to 13 against 13.
A little bit of scrappy end of the set there from the Bulls, who worked a very nice set of rugby league up to there, working it around the ruck, turning it back on the inside, some good interaction and passing play there. I just don't think the end of the sets are really what John Keir would have been training for and looking for, because the Bulls now come up with a ruck penalty again to give Halifax a piggyback out of their own end. It just doesn't look like they're really adhering to the playbook in that towards the end of their sets, Mick. Only that's the first time again in that 10-minute period since the sin binning, 10 or 12 minutes now, that the Bulls actually worked the right channel of the left-hand defence of Halifax, as appeared to be the playbook early in the game. So I think John Keir would want to get him in there at half-time and just say, look, get back to what we coached, get back to what we planned here, and you can come away with a win here this afternoon. As Halifax now, 40 metres out from the Bulls line, will play the ball.
It was a quick taken penalty there by Will Sharp, the former Hull and London man, looking to exploit the Bulls in defence, and Halifax now 30 metres out from that Bradford line, 15 minutes out from half-time. Where have the opening 25 minutes gone in this one? Adam Tangata back out there on the field. He's rolled over in front of the Bradford post. 2 tackles remaining. It goes to Morrell. Morrell's going to kick early in the count, but Jordan Lilly, great positioning, well read, and now Lilly will launch the Bulls attack, and that is a cynical flop there from Liam Cooper. Cooper just flopped there on Lily. And we've got an even Steven penalty count at 3 penalties apiece. And Jordan Lily there just telling the Bulls to calm things down. We have got the lead. Milnes has found touch. 20 metres shy of the halfway line. The Bulls will tap this ball 70 away from the Halifax line, and it'll be the former Melbourne Storm and Gold Coast player, Jake Webster. He's lost the ball though. The Bulls 8 minutes to tackle number 1. A third error in this first half from the Bulls. This one could be costly, Damien.
For what was a really good opening quality first 10 minutes of this half, it's descended now, Mick. It really has from both sides. I think fatigue, it was a very quick start to the game. Fatigue's catching up. Both sides losing their way a little bit, just in starting to, their discipline is falling away, and they're handling some silly errors there at dummy half from both sides. So it'll be interesting to see who can rectify that, who'll step up and show the leadership, just to settle things down, as you say, from their sides. Halifax will really fancy themselves to some points here. They got down here 2 sets ago and did have the overlaps and quick passing, but Dalton Grant came up with a very crucial intercept, which probably saved a try and released the pressure for the Bulls against Halifax. But they're attacking that left edge again now, 20 metres out.
Brandon Moore's pass there to Fairbank. He's wrapped up 12 metres out. Kirk, Hallis and Farrell, the 3 Bradford defenders, back in centre field now. 10 out to Morrell. Morrell to QLT. QLT dicing and slicing his way past this Bulls defence, and he's brought down 8 metres out on this main stand side. Butler at dummy half to Morrell. Morrell puts the fending on Mikey Ward. It goes out to Griggs. Griggs looking for options. Head down, he'll take on Mikey Wood and Liam Kirk and Sam Hallis, and that's the last tackle for Halifax. It's going to be a kick through from Morrell, and once again Jordan Lily, he puts his body on the line and reads that superbly, and the Bulls have possession back. Pulls to scoreboard, Bulls 4, Halifax 0 here as Ethan Ryan moves it out over on the far stand side. 12.5 minutes to go to half time. Lily at dummy half to Grant. Grant missed last week's defeat against Featherstone with a dead leg. He will win the penalty, Dalton Grant. Halifax are penalised, laying on in the tackle, and the penalty count now is 4 penalties apiece.
Interesting, there wasn't a penalty or a uncompleted set for the first 8 to 10 minutes of the game. Now there's been 8 penalties since, Mick. As I said, just aggressing a little bit as a game. Still a great spectacle. It's end-to-end stuff, and the crowd's on the end of their seats here. It will be the side who cuts out the errors and the side who stops giving away penalties that will win this.
Bradford, a huge opportunity here. 11 minutes to go to half-time. Ross Peltier, the Jamaican international. He is Bradford born and bred, and look at him go. He's still going. Ross Peltier, 20 metres out from that Halifax line. Centre field position. Wilde misses outward to Milnes, to Minchella. Minchella fronts up. He tries to dent away through this Halifax line. You suspect a try's coming here from the Bulls. Hallis to Wilde. The war cry going round Odsall. Come on, you Bulls. The cauldron, the roar. Hallis out of dummy half to Lily. Flick up pass to Farrell. Farrell's over. But it's a forward pass from Lily. The try will not count. And it remains Bradford 4, Halifax 0 on the Pulse 2 scoreboard this afternoon. 30 minutes gone, 10 to go to half-time.
Yeah, again, a very innocuous forward pass there. Didn't need to be thrown. The first set that Bulls really had this half on the line. Couldn't come up with the end of set, couldn't come up with a grubber in or points, and that'll be disappointing for John Keir. As Halifax now going to have to work it out from their scrum. Going to play the ball. They've got an early break penalty, another penalty, and it's gone against the Bulls here who have left the scrum early. Halifax will be kicking for touch, 20 metres out. And they're going to tap the ball just over the 40-metre line coming out of their own end. Another piggyback, another easy release of pressure for Halifax. They haven't had to work hard at all to come out of their own end for the last half an hour. That
was a differential penalty. Very rare you see them, but Bradford guilty of being offside from that scrum after that forward pass from Lily to Farrell. Here come Halifax. 9 minutes to go to half-time. Inside ball there from Scott Morrell. They're 20 metres out with 2 tackles remaining now. Halifax centre field. Back it goes from Moore to Morrell. Morrell to QLT. QLT past Minchella. Can't get past Rowan Mills. Rowan Mills, like 2 magnets colliding together. Quick play the ball. Brandon Moore once again to Morrell. That's took a deflection off the right arm of Matty Wilde. Halifax will reset, recharge, regroup. They've got another scrum and another set of 6, a fresh set of 6, 10 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. We have 8.5 minutes to go to half-time here at Odsal Stadium. This is an absolutely enthralling, compelling, gripping Coral Challenge Cup quarter-final tie. Referee Michalauskas, he will stop the clock. There's pushing and shoving there at the scrum. The Bulls are trying to win it against the head, and he says you've got to wait until the ball is in. The ball is out as it goes from Moore to Morrell to Butler. Butler on this right-hand edge, 2 metres out from the Bradford line. Penalty to Halifax. That's their 6th penalty in this first half. We've now had 10 in total, and Michalauskas will penalise Rowan Mills, who was guilty of being in the vicinity of the Halifax play the ball, and Rowan Mills is down in what looks to be a bit of discomfort, Damien. The referee didn't know that he was down injured, but the referee can only penalise what he sees in real time, and a concerning looking knee injury here to Rowan Mills. Hopefully it's cramp, but Matt Duke, the Bulls physio, is attending and he's calling for some support as Gareth Carvell comes on the field now, and if Mills has to leave the field, this will be a massive blow.
Oh, it's a terrible blow, this. I mean, look, in the 17, they have George Flanagan on the bench there, who would come into a hooking role, and obviously Wilde would go into the halves, probably. They've also got Sam Hallis on the pitch as well.
Well, the stretcher's coming on, Damien. The stretcher's coming on. Rowan Mills grimacing in pain.
Really disappointing this for the young lad. He's had a big start to the game. He's had a big season. Very, very concerning for all involved. See Mill with a stretcher come out next to him there. Looks like some sort of a knee issue there. Have to say, as far as the game goes, Mick, to this point, very disappointing from the Bulls the last sort of 20 minutes where they had the advantage. The game changed with the sin binning. It changed. I think the Bulls took the foot off the pedal. They stopped doing the little things right. The discipline fell away. The ruck speed fell away. They lacked direction in the end of their sets. I think it was the worst thing that could have happened, to be fair. The whole impetus of the game changed on that sin binning, and in effect, it was Halifax who came out of that 10 minutes the better. Outside of that period, the Bulls have probably been the better side, but they failed to put the points on and show that. They only have a 4 points lead here, 4 points to 0, going in towards the half-time hooter. What I will say is no amount of tactical nous, no amount of video analysis or coaching or tactics from the coaching staff can legislate against impertinence. And the penalties that have been shown there, the holding down, they'll be absolutely driving John Keir wild. I mean, you just can't do that. They've had the benefit of open play running. They've dominated the ruck at times, the Bulls. They've had more possession in the attacking quarter to put points on Halifax. But at every opportunity where there's been a 50-50 play or they've tried to mount pressure, they've come out with silly errors. They've come out with ill discipline. They're holding Halifax down at the wrong times. 2 very poor first forward passes, which didn't need to be thrown. So this is a game where it's been in the Bulls' hands to quite a lot of it, and Halifax have just hung on. They had the better of them in the first, in the 10 minutes when they were a man short. Halifax should hold their heads up in pride of that. They defended better, and they actually were better with the ball when they were a man short. So this is really going to go to the wire, this. It's been a scrappy last 10 minutes of the game. This long period in play, I think is going to work against the Bulls, I really do. Halifax are going to have possession. They will fancy themselves here to put points on the board, Mick. They're going to be playing the ball right close to the Bulls line, and they're going to have a full set if they can get through to the end of their set, Halifax. Big warning signs for the Bulls and a big opportunity here for Halifax.
Rowan Mills has just been helped onto the stretcher by Gareth Carvell and Lee Beattie, and now the under-16 scholarship head coach Mark Dunning is coming on the field. John Keir watching on the far stand touchline, and as we said, this will be a massive blow for the Bradford Bulls, and Mark Dunning is actually calling the players over in the huddle. Rowan Milnes will be led from the field of play. So Mark Dunning, he's just passed on the message from John Keir. Rowan Milnes will leave the field. We'll try our best to get an injury update on the situation with Grant and Rowan Milnes, but John Keir now will be forced to change his side. A couple of messages on social media, a lot of people commented saying that the Bulls should be well ahead at this stage, not just leading by 4 points to 0, and the referee Scott Michelauskas is just going to wait for Rowan Milnes to be cleared off the field. So we've had a bit of a lengthy delay, about 4 to 5 minutes there. You've not missed anything. It is still Bradford 4, Halifax 0 after that try in the 6th minute from Rowan Milnes. So here we go. Dan Fleming, one of the 5 former Bradford players in this Halifax side. He's brought down 5 metres out from the Bradford line. It's going to go to QLT, past Peltier, in centre field now with the ball as it goes from Morel to Tangata. He's rolled over on his back, the Cook Island international, as Mikey Ward. George Flanagan, who's just come on the field, and Sam Hallas met the tackle. Here goes Morel to QLT. QLT looking for a way past this Bulls defence, but the Bulls defence stands tall. A lot of resilience. Moore to Fleming. They've got numbers. Morel's in. Morel's over the line. Has he got the ball down? Referee Scott Michelauskas says he's held up and he's been pushed back in the field of play. That's a 4th tackle. There's a lot of bodies and legs and entanglement there on the Bradford line, and it's a 7th penalty now to Halifax. And Jordan Lilly, he's not arguing or disputing that decision. He's urging the side to set their defensive stall out. 6 minutes to half time. Fleming's over the line for Halifax once again. Pushed back in the field of play by Mikey Wood. Moore to Morel to Barber. It goes now to QLT. Morris is on. It goes to QLT and Peltier wraps him up. And Morris's pass there to QLT. He saw Peltier charging forward. Here goes Elliot Morris down the middle of the field. They're going to try and keep it going. Halifax looking to get past this Bulls defence. Griggs to Leroya. Leroya's brought down 5 metres out. 5 in from this main stand side. Butler tries to get past Johnston and Ryan, but still this Bradford Bulls defence holds firm. Sharp in at dummy half. Last tackle play. Crossfield kick. It's been taken. Halifax, the bombed it. It's a forward pass. What on earth was Liam Cooper doing there? Cooper disgusted with himself. Tyra was on the outside and Halifax had a walking score if that ball went backwards. Referee Michelauskas will stop the clock. Hallas, or should I say Connor Farrell, has not played the ball where he should have done. And what about that, Damien Irving? For some Herculean Bradford Bulls defence, it remains on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bradford 4, Halifax 0. 6 minutes to half time.
Desperate defence, really good online defence there, and so it should be. It's a quarter-final of the Challenge Cup, Mick, coming into half time. They really needed to keep Halifax out there. That was a big chance for Halifax, as we said before that set, and that was their chance to get points, and they just couldn't come up with it through some really, really good defence there from the Bulls, who now playing it 40 metres out.
Flanagan in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly to Webster. Webster trying to get past Fleming and Cooper on that right-hand edge. He's up to halfway. 4th tackle gone here for the Bradford Bulls. Still 4-0 here as it goes out of dummy half. Line ball there from Flanagan to Wood. Wood's brought down, 30 out. Last tackle. Messing around at the play of the ball. Flanagan to Lilly. Lilly perfectly weighted. Grant and Ryan chasing it. Ethan Ryan's been taken out off the ball, and it's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls. And John Keir, he gets the kicking tee on, and this is a penalty just to the right hand side of the post. And they've got to take the 2 here, although now they're going to say they don't want to take the 2. They're going to keep the pressure on. It's a penalty, and Flanagan's made a decision over John Keir. They were running on the green kicking tee, and Flanagan smells blood. It goes now to Lilly, to Peltier. Peltier and Fleming, the 2 former Bulls teammates, getting it on underneath the post. 5 metres out. Flanagan to page one. Flanagan's over the Halifax line, held up. We're going back to the 10, and it still remains Bradford 4, Halifax 0. 5 minutes to go to half-time here at Odsal Stadium. This is gripping entertainment. What a sporting spectacular this one is. Peltier's caught high, and it's back-to-back penalties here for the Bulls. And John Keir sends the kicking tee on this time, and this time the Bulls, you feel, they have got to take the 2 points, Damien.
So why take them now, and why not take them 4 tackles ago, Mick? Why take them when you've got full dominance early in the half with 12 minutes on, and you've gone ahead by 4-0, and you've got another opportunity to get a repeat set? You don't take it then and miss the kick. It just doesn't make sense to me. There seems no consistency in the tactics as to when to take the 2 and when not. If you're going to try your luck again. If it wasn't worth taking 2 points 4 tackles ago, it's not worth taking them now, Mick. There's enough time to get through a full set. There's 37.5 minutes on the clock. I don't understand it, mate.
I think Keir sent the kicking tee on, but Flanagan's overruled him. That's my interpretation.
If that's what's happened, I wouldn't like to be George Flanagan there at half-time.
Pulse 2 kick predictor, 100%. Jordan Lilly, 10 metres out, in front. Lilly gets the Bulls an extra 2 points on the scoreboard. And here at Odsal Stadium, the stands and terraces absolutely packed full. It's Bradford Bulls 6, Halifax 0. And if anything, Damien, that'll suck a little bit of intensity and momentum out from that Halifax side.
Oh, look, the Bulls have had enough opportunities down the Halifax end. They finally got some points to show for it, which always counts. Points are going to be crucial. Hey, we're a 4-6 point ball game after 40 minutes of rugby league, so they're going to be absolutely at a premium. No problem with taking the 2 points. I just don't understand the inconsistency in why those decisions are being made at the times. As Bulls now, 20 metres out, are going to play the ball.
You might be able to hear the background. The wind is picking up here. Halifax have had the wind at their back in this first half. The Bulls will have it in the second half. That could play a crucial and important deciding factor in the outcome of this one. Bradford on that restart. They're 15 shy of halfway as Mikey Wood gets to his feet. He'll play the ball. Flanagan in at dummy half now to Farrell, and the former Featherstone Rovers and Wigan Warriors man is brought down 5 shy of halfway, 4th tackle gone. We have 90 seconds remaining in this first half here at Odsal. Lilly to Peltier. Peltier smothered there by Leroyer. 8 shy of halfway, last tackle. Wildy now on this left hand edge. He's playing in the halves with Lilly. QLT mistimes the bounce of the ball. He takes it on his own 10 metre line, floats it in centre field to Saltonstall. Saltonstall's going to be brought down 25 metres out from his own try line. We have 50 seconds remaining here at Odsal Stadium as it goes out a dummy half from Saltonstall to Fleming. Fleming, one of 4 Welsh internationals in this Halifax side, as it goes now from Brandon Moore down that middle channel. Hallis has to front up in defence along with Peltier, and here we go. There's another penalty here because Peltier has performed a tip tackle on Liam Cooper just shy of the halfway line, and the first half penalty count now is Bradford 6, Halifax 8. We've had 14 penalties in total, and there's 10 seconds remaining. One last chance for Halifax. It's quickly tapped by Tyra. Tyra kicks ahead. Dalton Grant leaves it for Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan concedes the goal line dropout, but the half-time hooter will save the Bulls. It is tight, it is tense, it is exceptional. Bradford 6, Halifax 0.
Look, this has got all the hallmarks of going right to the death here, Nick. Although, this has been an up and down half of football, the first half, 40 minutes either way, as the second half just kicks off. This is going to go to the wire somehow or other. It's just been a topsy-turvy game of rugby league to date. Someone's going to have to stand up here, and it's got to be a real big bit of quality here to make a difference. And I think the Bulls have got that more across their 17 than perhaps Halifax do. If it comes from Halifax, it'll be QLT or it'll be Morel. There's your quality right there. They've caused trouble already. If it comes from Bulls, well, they've got a few more options there to do it. I think Elliot Minchella is probably one I look to, is to come in up with that big play, that little offload or something up the middle, with that big run to make the difference. As Halifax come into the Bulls half now on the 5th tackle.
Tyra plays the ball 5 metres inside the Bradford half. It goes to Morrell. Morrell, once again, game management. He's clapping and applauding that kick as it skittles past Jake Webster and Ethan Ryan on this maidstand side, and that will see the Bulls having head and feet here at the scrum, 15 metres out from their own try line. It is Bradford 6, Halifax 0. Milnes, who left the field in that first half. We've had no early diagnosis of what Milnes could be suffering from, but he left on the stretcher, and the ambulance is just to the left-hand side of the dressing room. So Rowan Milnes, it appears, suffering a serious injury, and that, of course, on the back of James Green, who has suffered an ACL ligament injury. So James Green's going to be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and certainly the Bulls doing it tough. But what it would mean for the club if they get in the draw that'll take place after the conclusion of this match here. Bradford keep the ball alive with Hallis to Lilly to Farrell. Farrell to Webster. Webster to Grant. Grant's up and over halfway. Grant's brought down there by Scott Griggs on tackle number 4. 5 metres inside that Halifax half. Webster in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly now to Wood. Wood's brought down on the last tackle. 40 metres out from that Halifax line, just to the right of centre field. Flanagan to Lilly, and Lilly does just exactly what Scott Griggs did. He said you can't teach a young dog or an old dog new tricks, but that's just exactly what John Keir would have called for. Damien, turn Halifax around, ask questions of their offence, run the clock down, they lead 6-0. Safety, conservative rugby league football.
It's good quality, it's good poise from Jordan Lilly. We saw Morrell do it. We congratulated him early in the half for doing exactly that straight from the kickoff. Lilly's turned around and done the same. That's good poise. It's smart. It's just got to maintain that for 40 minutes. That's how the first half started for both sides as well. High quality, playing through their sets, and both sides went away from that a little bit towards the back end of the half. So it started again with good quality there. Must say, a good session here from Peltier as he's come out and started again in the prop ball position. I'd like to see Crossley probably get on the pitch along with Peltier at some stage. I just think the two complement each other very differently and offer a different thing either side of the ruck as prop forwards. Whether we'll see that or not, I'm not sure. As Halifax move it to the left and get an early kick away in the tackle count with a big kick chase coming here from Halifax, but Ryan's got that covered.
Scott Griggs there looking to put Grant and Ryan under pressure. Ryan raced clear from that centre field position, and Ethan Ryan does well to keep the ball, and he'll take tackle number 1. Here goes Grant. Grant's brought down 15 out from his own try line, so that was an early kick there from Halifax. Scott Griggs looked up and realised there was something perhaps on for the men from the Share. Here goes George Flanagan out of dummy half, still going forward George Flanagan. That is a massive pick-me-up, and there's a late challenge there in the tackle from Brandon Moore, the Cumbrian Brawn Halifax forward. Scott Michalauskas, the referee, he was happy that it wasn't overzealous, and Bradford are on the last tackle. 5 shy of halfway. Goes to Grant, to Farrell. Farrell kicks on the last. Straight down the throat of Will Sharp, and Will Sharp, a pedestrian style run, leisurely meets Wood and Hallis, 30 out from his own try line. So we've had 4 minutes gone of this second half, 36 minutes remaining here on Pulse 2. Are the Bulls about to join Hull FC, who beat Catalans on Thursday, Warrington, who beat Hull Kingston Rovers on Friday, and St Helens, who beat Wakefield by 48 points to 10 yesterday? Here goes Tangata. Tangata fronts up now for Halifax. Peltier, Hallis, Flanagan in that defence there for the Bulls. 4th tackle gone. Halifax in front to the post. It goes to Morrell. Morrell to QLT. QLT goes past Wilde. Keeps the ball going. It goes to Butler. It goes to Sharp. Sharp's brought down on the last. It was a try-saving tackle from Ethan Ryan. Quick play the ball from Halifax. Morrell on the last, looking to put Webster under pressure, and Halifax have scored. Halifax have a try here. It is Steve Tyra, but there's going to be an inquiry. We're going to go to the video referee, and I think this could end up being a penalty try underneath the post, Damien. I think Webster has caught Steve Tyra above the face. I'm calling it now. This will be a penalty try.
I think it's a great call, Mick. I think you've seen that live and you've called it exactly what it was off the bat. Webster was turning and he got back for it, but a great effort to get over the top of Jake Webster, and Halifax had taken that ball there. I'd like to have a closer look at the actual tackle from. He has grounded it for a start. He has grounded the ball. I don't know if it's a penalty try. I think it might be an 8-point try, Mick. There is a difference. I think he scored the try fairly. Whether he awards it an 8-point try and gives him a second kick at goal for a penalty which was incurred in the scoring of the try remains to be seen. That's how I would see it, mate.
Chris Kendall, the video referee. Jake Webster has caught Steve Tyra above the shoulder. This one is definitely a try. Is it an 8-point try? Is it a penalty try? 8,000 pairs of eyes inside Odsel. Look at the big screen on the Ruley Avenue terracing. The Halifax supporters, they've all turned. They're pointing at it. They're saying press the button. It is a try. And Chris Kendall's decision here, this could be a pivotal moment. It is a penalty try. It's a penalty try underneath the posts, and it will be locked up at 6 points apiece.
Yeah, look, all I can say is that he hasn't grounded it clearly, Mick. That's the only thing I can think of, is he hasn't grounded that clearly, so he's called a penalty try. If he's grounded that and it's a try, then it should be an 8-point try, which obviously in the scheme of the game here, where there's 6 points in it at the moment, would be a massive call.
Well, he said penalty try, but where Steve Tyra's taking the conversion, this is an 8-point try, Damien. I think the officials, there's been a bit of a miscommunication with what's been put up on the big screen.
I don't think they have an 8-point try diagram for the big screen because they're so rare. I think that's what's happened, Mick. I think he will have a second kick in front of the post after this conversion.
Steve Tyra, the Pulse 2 kick predictor, 87%. 10 metres to left-hand side of the post. Between the posts, we're locked up at 6 points apiece.
8 points.
And here we go, 8-point try in front of the post. Halifax are going to take the lead here at Odsel Stadium. And that has come about by Jake Webster going above the shoulders into the face of Steve Tyra in the act of scoring. If Tyra doesn't ground the ball, it's a penalty try underneath the post, but because he's grounded it in the act of scoring, it is deemed foul play, and Halifax, they are going to take the lead for the first time here at Odsel Stadium. Steve Tyra, the Pulse 2 kick predictor, at 100%. He can't get any more percentage on this. This to give Halifax 1 foot in the Challenge Cup semi-finals at Bolton. Tyra from in front. It's Bradford Bulls 6, Halifax 8.
We've been critical at times of referees in the big calls. Mick, it was the right call. It was straight off the bat. Absolute class from all officials there to see that and make the call. The confusion in the ground could have been avoided. In the RFL obviously don't have an 8-point try graphic for the big screen. They put penalty try up, which it wasn't. It was a fair try. He scored the try. Just for our listeners to know, he scored the try. He got the ball down, so the infringement didn't stop him scoring the try. That means it's a try and the conversion from in line, and then he gets another penalty kick in front of the post for the 8-point try. A famous one in the 1999 Grand Final. Melbourne Storm beat St George Illawarra in exactly those circumstances. Bill Harrigan, the referee at the time. As Halifax now working out off their 20-metre line.
Oh, you're taking me way back there, 1999. I remember watching that in the early hours of the morning on cable TV at my old address. Bradford, they have to score next, you feel. There's still a long way to go in this, but you don't want Halifax to open up an 8-point gap. The lead by 2 on the restart. They're up to halfway with Morell. Morell to Brandon Moore. Moore's turned in the tackle. Gasps aplenty. And Morell now once again drills it into touch. Turns the Bulls around 10 metres out from their own try line. And that is asking hard questions of the Bradford Bulls. And at this moment in time, Halifax, they will become the first team from the second tier to get in the Challenge Cup semi-final for the first time in 13 years.
A lot of rugby league to go yet, Mick. I don't think that try really affects things too much for the rest of this half. It's now a 2-point ball game with the Bulls in the deficit there. It was unlucky from Webster. He had to challenge that. He caught him. It's a very unlucky 8-point try to give away. It's all down to the Bulls now. You see that set after scoring, so important from Halifax. A classy set. They went through their plays and they've grubbered it into touch. But now we've found a knock on here. from the Bulls coming out. Ethan Ryan's come up with the error, is it? Unfortunate for him, he's had a wow of a game till now. And the Halifax are going to have a scrum feed here. 30 metres out, attacking the south bank end of Odsal Stadium. This is big pressure now, Michael.
Ethan Ryan coming up with Bradford's 6th error of the afternoon. I'm just looking at the body language. In that first half, when Bradford come up with an error, Liam Kirk or the forward pass, Jordan Lilly, Jake Webster, they were running round, patting everybody on the back. They're looking a little bit crestfallen and dejected out there. Hopefully that is not a sign of things to come. The last thing the Bulls and the club need is a second half collapse like we saw last week against Featherstone. They've got to keep Halifax here out at bay. Fleming plays the ball in front of the post. It goes now to QLT. Out wide, and it's going to go to Morris. Morris is brought down 5 metres out, and Flanagan comes in and wraps him up along with Matty Wilde. Out of dummy half, it's going to go to Brandon Moore, back to Fleming, the Welsh international. He had a spell at the Bradford Bulls once upon a time back in 2015. 21 appearances for the Bulls. Now in centre field with Morrell. Morrell keeps it going. Tyra skips past Grant. Tyra can't get past Michella. Yes, he can. Tyra towards the Bradford line, and it's last tackle stuff. Mikey Wood and Ross Peltier. Tyra will play the ball. It goes to Griggs. Griggs peppers one behind the line, and Halifax have knocked it dead in goal, and Bradford will have a relieving 7 tackle set. Lilly's calling for the ball. Scott Morrell is asking the referee to look at foul play, and the referee has stopped the clock.
He's complained about a bite there, I think you'll find, Mick. He's come up and shown a mark on the arm. Massive if this is what's happened. He's come up, he's pointed at his arm, a mark, and shown the referee. He's still looking for it there, if you just note that. Let's have a very close look at this. There's been an allegation of some description made. Having a close look here. There's 4 players up for discussion. It's been placed on report, still showing the mark on the arm, the Halifax player. Looks like an allegation of some description. I would say biting is all it could be, given he's showing a mark on the arm. There's a close-up there at BBC, having a look at it now on the big screen. That's not the last we'll hear of that, Mick.
Former Bradford man Dan Fleming on his left arm. He says he's been bitten. That's the 0 tackle as play resumes with Farrell. Now goes down the middle with Lilly. Lilly to Wood. Tackle number 1. Wow. What drama here at Odsal Stadium.
Drama in the Challenge Cup.
Flanagan now towards Staunton, who's just come on the field. Staunton's brought down by Butler and Tangata. 10 shy of halfway the Bulls. Peltier crashes onto a short, sharp pass, and he's 5 metres out. Over halfway with Flanagan. Flanagan catches those Halifax markers, and here come the Bulls. They shift it with Michella. Now it goes down the middle with Farrell, and Farrell's brought down on tackle number 4. 38 metres out from that Halifax line. We've had 50 minutes gone, 30 minutes remain here at Odsal Stadium. It is gripping, it is thrilling, it is compelling, it is enthralling, it's frenetic. Last tackle, 25 out. Lilly looking for Ryan. QLT gets there. QLT's away. QLT can't get past Lilly and Farrell. And the 2 Bradford men bring down the Samoan international, the ex-Sheffield and Toronto man, on his own 20-metre line. And now Halifax, they will set their attacking stall out with Saltonstall as he takes a free bad tackle as Staunton comes in along with Mikey Wood and Elliot Minchella. Bradford 6, Halifax 8 here at Odsal Stadium. The game on a knife edge as Halifax 30 metres out now on the last tackle. Jacob Fairbank just to the right hand side of the post. Moore to Morrell. Morrell straight down the throat of Ethan Ryan. The referee's called the Halifax defence offside, so they've got to give Ethan Ryan 10, and Ethan Ryan will play the ball 10 metres out from his own try line, and it'll go out a dummy half from Wildy to Fogging Johnston. Johnston, the former Hunslet, York and Doncaster man, brought down just outside his own 20-metre line. It'll go now from Flanagan to Oakes. Oakes, one of the 10 homegrown players out there this afternoon. Ross Oakes makes 10 metres forward. up to the Bradford 35, 15 shy of halfway. They're shifting on this Maidstad side. It's Farrell. Farrell's brought down there by Cooper and Tyra. Fourth tackle gone. Granting at dummy half to Lily. Lily probing, looking for that second phase attack. They find it now with Staunton. Staunton to Ryan. Out wide to Defogging Johnston. Johnston's away. Johnston's brought down. 25 metres out on the last tackle. Wildy. Crossfield kick. Lily's chasing it. Lily's chasing it. And Lily is going to get the try. It's Webster. Webster's pinched it. And Webster's gone over for the Bulls. The Bulls retake the lead. But once again, we have got an inspection from video referee Chris Kendall. It was Matty Wildy's crossfield kick. Lily was chasing it. Scott Griggs, he's back towards his own line. He's fumbled the ball. And Jake Webster, with all that 35 years of experience, he was the quickest to react, and he has put downward pressure on the ball, and the Bulls are about to retake the lead here at Odsal Stadium.
Well, you talked, Mick, about the kicking game. We talked about that in the first half, and ironically, you asked how Rowan Milne's going off injury would affect the halves. Wildy has come out with an absolute belter of a final play kick there. He's used the wind to his advantage. He started it up early and has drifted right down. It's come down perfectly, just on the edge of the goal line, and come up with the error.
They're just checking the onside, offside. They're checking the contest. Has Lily obstructed a Halifax player?
Fair contest. It's a try. And that came
this one's going to be disallowed, Damien.
Do you think it will be?
They're going to say penalty to Halifax for Jordan Lily. Here comes the decision. Oh,
it's a try!
It's a try!
It's a try!
I'm talking the Bulls out of the try here. Show me those three magical letters. T-R-Y!
It's a try. It's understandable, Mick, to be unsure about the lottery when it goes upstairs to the big screen. But look, I didn't see anything wrong with that. It was a great set of rugby league from the Bulls. They really had a roll on down the left flank. Bogan Johnson with the bus. Some great hands through the centres down that side, through Oak's side. Again, Oakes and Bogan Johnson coming up with the yardage on the left flank. So it got great field position, a great roll on. The ruck speed was awesome. They were really on the back of their heels, Halifax.
Listen.
And that's what you need to do to get your halves kicking while the other side are on the back of their heels. Wildy took advantage of that. A great kick. And there we go. It's game on again here. Lily lining up the kick. What does the predictor tell us, Mick?
82%. Lily to add an extra 2 points. He's 2 from 2. It's Bradford Bulls 12, Halifax 8. Here at Odsal Stadium. Jake Webster, his 6th try of the season. There was a moment's pause. The Halifax defensive line, they were all stood looking at the big screen. They moved forward. We thought it was going to be chalked off, but Chris Kendall, the video referee, he pressed the button that said T-R-Y, and Bradford are back in front. This is absolutely absorbing. This is up there with the last round when the Bulls beat the Rhinos. And here come the Bulls on the restart. 30 metres out from the road try line. Flanagan now in at dummy half to Wildy. Wildy to Minchella. Minchella tries to get past Moore and Kavanagh. Minchella's got the drive on. He's up to the Bradford 40. Flanagan now to Lily. Lily to Farrell. Farrell on this right hand edge. Can't get past Cooper. Cooper wraps him up. 4th tackle gone here for the Bulls. Back it goes down this middle channel. It's going to go with Peltier. Peltier's brought down 5 metres inside that Halifax half, and now there's another head injury, concussion, as Peltier has bumped off Elliot Morris, and Elliot Morris is down, and on will come the Halifax physio, and it will be a last tackle play for the Bradford Bulls. 45 metres out from that Halifax line, and I've just been informed that the Bradford Bulls wheelchair rugby league team defeated the North Wales Crusaders this afternoon in their Challenge Cup tie by 138 points to 6.
That's a fair.
138 to 6.
Well, I would say that's a fairly dominant performance, Mick. Well done to the wheelchair team there, and also North Wales Crusaders. It's a great competition, the Challenge Cup in the wheelchair rugby league there. As Lily now goes to the air, a midfield bomb. QLT under pressure, races forward, taking that. Huge courage there from the fullback.
A lot of courage, a lot of experience. QLT, 34 years of age, his 14th appearance of the season here, and now QLT's gone down. The referee will stop the clock again, and on will come the Halifax physio. Let's try and take stock of what is happening before our very eyes here. We have had 2 inquiries from the video referee, a try awarded to Steve Tyra, an 8-point try, and then we've just had a try awarded on the nod from Jake Webster. This one bubbling nicely as we approach the hour mark. We've got 25 minutes remaining, a lot of long time left in this one. More out of dummy half to Kavanagh, the former Hulkiston Rovers and Widnes man. He's brought down 5 metres inside the Bradford half. More once again out of dummy half to Morell. Morell looking for Woodburn Hall, finds Woodburn Hall, the former London Bronco, London Scholar and Hemel Stags man. He's brought down 35 metres out. More now to Morell. Morell perfectly waiting. There's a bit of spiral, a bit of reverb on it, but Ethan Ryan takes that one like a salmon, jumping upstream. And Lily now straight in there at dummy half to Johnston, and Johnston's brought down on the Bradford 30, and that'll be the second tackle gone as it goes now down the middle with Dalton Grant. Dalton Grant goes behind Lily, doesn't want to do that. Referee looks on, says no penalty. Third tackle gone. 3 Halifax defenders wrapping Dalton Grant up, 12 shy of halfway. It's Bradford 12, Halifax 8. Thrilling, compelling. Here goes Farrell. Farrell with a half break. And he's brought down inside Halifax territory. And now Flanagan attacks those Halifax markers. And that's the last tackle for the Bulls. 32 metres out from that Halifax line. Webster to Lilly. Lilly along the line to Wildy. Wildy now looks to put Oakes under pressure. And that's taken there by Sharp. And Oakes was chasing along with Crossley on that inside defensive line. Great angle, great run. Staunton also involved in that tackle. And now Halifax will have to come from deep. 2 tackles gone on this ensuing set of 6, and they're just outside their own 20-metre line. Could have been penalised for an incorrect play of the ball there. Referee allowing a bit of leniency. 23 minutes remain. Halifax on the third tackle, 10 shy of halfway. Moore out of dummy half to Leroy, the French international, brought down there by Staunton. 4th tackle gone, a tackle remaining here for Simon Grix and his Halifax side. It goes from Morell to Fairbank, Fairbank to Cooper. Grix keeps hold of the ball. Cooper was the decoy. That's the last tackle. Farrell and Flanagan, the 2 Fs in defence. Woodburn Hall at dummy half to Morell. Morell, that's nasty. Taken on the fly by Ryan, and Ryan now can launch an attack. And Ryan, he gets as far as his own 20-metre line before he turns around and plays the ball. Johnston in at dummy half. Second tackle gone. Bradford 25 metres shy of the halfway line, just left of centre field. It's going to go down the middle with Oakes. Oakes to Lily. Lily fires it out wide to Grant. Grant puts the fending on Saltonstall. He's still going, his Dalton Grant. Up to the Bradford 40-metre line. 10 shy of halfway. Webster in at dummy half. Now to Lily. To Crossley. Crossley attracting a lot of blue and white shirted attention as he's brought down on the 4th. 2 metres shy of halfway. Michella to Wood. Wood goes on that left-hand edge. Leroy comes in. Fairbank goes for the legs. And that's the last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls. And they get the penalty. The penalty on the last tackle. Because Dan Fleming and Chester Butler delaying the play of the ball for Mikey Wood. Do you go for 2 here, Damien? The Pulse 2 kick predictor is saying 56%. They're not going to go for 2. They're going to keep the pressure on. Bradford's first penalty of the second half. And here come the Bulls. 25 metres out from that Halifax line. Crossley. Tackle number 1, 18 out, left to centre field. Flanagan to Wilder on the reverse, back to Flanagan. Flanagan inside that Halifax 10-metre line. He's brought down there by QLT and Will Sharp, just to the left of centre field. Oakes to Wilder. Wilder to Kirk. Kirk brought down there by Morwen Woodburn Hall. The game on a knife edge. We've had exactly 60 minutes gone. Bradford 12, Halifax 8. Minchella trying to dance his way towards the Halifax line. Minchella's ragged to the floor like a rag doll, and he's brought down on tackle number 3. Ryan in at dummy half. Goes to Kirk. Kirk still going forward. Last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. Jordan Lilly's calling for the ball. It's going to go to Wildy. Wildy towards the line. Wildy! Last grass tackle by QLT. Wildy's brought down. And it remains 12-8. An hour gone. 20 minutes remaining.
There was a big play on the right side here. Jordan Lilly was visibly frustrated that they didn't come to the right side there. I think he had a play worked out with Jake Webster involved, and obviously the Bulls went to the left-hand side and didn't get to pull that play off. So now Halifax are going to have to work it out of their own end. I really think Bulls need to score here if they're going to put this game away in the next 5 or 10 minutes. They can't afford to let Halifax come in. Scoring's going tit for tat. It's going to be the side that breaks that sequence and gets 2 points, 2 scores on one after the other are going to be the ones that make the difference here. Halifax working it out. They're really having to work hard and dig deep to find some yardage here. As now they scoop from dummy half. That's good work from Halifax, getting over the 40-metre line. 5th tackle coming up.
Brandon Moore, little scoop there out of dummy half. Morell kicks forward. Halifax, they had players offside inside the 10. Lilly's kicked it forward, that's back to 1. Halifax, a huge let off, and here goes QLT. The Bulls were stood around, they can't feel sorry for themselves, and it's quickly taken in by Kavanagh. Kavanagh gives it to Griggs. Griggs over the top of Cooper to Saltonstall. Saltonstall tackled there by Dalton Grant. Tyra out of dummy half. He's looking for runners. 3rd tackle gone. Halifax 5 metres out from that Bradford line. Woodburn Hall to Morell to QLT to Moore. Brandon Moore head down. Can't get past Staunton and Oakes. And that's the 4th tackle gone here for Halifax. Bradford living on the edge. 12 points to 8 they lead Halifax. We've got 18 minutes remaining. One of these two sides is going to Bolton. 4th tackle gone. They're in front of the post. It goes to Moore to Morell. Morell taking Hallis and Crossley with him. And that's the last tackle there for Halifax on top of that Bradford line. And there's a knock on there by Brandon Moore. Listen to the cheers. Listen to the cheers. It's like the Bulls have just won the game. That will be a play the ball 10 metres out. And let me tell you, Damien, you talk about resilience, concentration, composure, all those key buzzwords, but oh boy, the Bulls had that in abundance there. They were on the rack.
Look, they had a very big set in the first half. Towards the end of it on their line, they had 2 big defensive sets to really grind it out. They showed the same application, same constitution there, and really dug in deep, as the fans and supporters expect them to do, and as they've done very well a couple of times in this game. Credit to the Bulls there, defending on their own line. As Jordan Lilly moves into dummy half now, Bulls working it out, 25 metres out. As Farrell done a lot of good work today. Farrell really been a very good game as a second rower for him. He's done a great job. It's Crossley now.
Crossley's brought down 15 shy of halfway. Flanagan trying to up the tempo at that play of the ball. Back to Wildy. Wildy with the wind behind him. Straight down of Saltonstall. Saltonstall, that's come off the shoulder. Referee says play on. It went backwards. He was facing his own line. But that has compounded Halifax problem because they're now going to see Saltonstall tackled inside his own 20-metre line. And that was a great kick there from Wildy. Wicked bounce. Saltonstall was wrong-footed. And Halifax now, they must be wondering as we enter the final 17 minutes here at Odsal Stadium, what have they got to do? Because the Bulls currently, from what we're seeing, they've got the ascendancy and momentum, and Halifax, they're not winning that forward battle. They're not getting past Minchella, Crossley, Staunton, Kirk, Wood. Halifax just inside the Bradford half. Moore to Morell. Morell, Woodburn Hall, QLT, they're going underneath the stakes, and it's going to be Scott Griggs, and Scott Griggs has given Halifax the lead. It's 12 points apiece, the kick to come from in front, and just when we've given massive raps, Damien, to that Bradford Bulls defensive performance, Halifax cut them down the middle.
They have, and I've had to say, Scott Griggs, well deserved. He's had a decent game, and he came up with the error on the kick, which led to Jake Webster getting points for the Bulls for the last try. For him to come up with those points, I think he's deserved to make up for that error. But look, that was opened up there from the 40-metre line from the Bulls. Exchanges in and around the ruck, changing the angle, passing it back through dummy half. 1-2 passes up the inside, great support play. Had players queuing up either side there to take the pass. And the Halifax have gone in. It's 12-12, kick to come right in front of the sticks. You'd have to say this looks like the Halifax are going to go ahead by 2 points here, Mick. We said it was going to be tight. We said Bulls probably needed to score again to put it away. It hasn't happened. The pendulum swings yet again in this match, Mick. It's been one of those games. Neither side can shake the other side off. The quality from both sides has been very good the last half an hour. They've really built into this half very well. So I don't know which way it's going to go, Mick. Very, very tight. Bulls still bouncing. Still a lot of talk out there. Still a lot of confidence in them. This set coming off points from Halifax is going to be so important to see the mentality of both sides after those points.
Steve Tyra, immaculate kicking. 3 from 3 now. He was 2 from 3 last week. Prolific try scorer and goal kicker, Steve Tyra, the former Widnes man. He now has 71 successful 2-point goals in 2019. 7 tries for the season. And the rain, or should I say drizzle, just starting again here as the clouds decide to open up. That is going to make point scoring incredibly difficult. We've got 15 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. The Halifax supporters, they're in full voice. Halifax on the restart, they're up to halfway, 4th tackle gone. Brandon Moore out of dummy half as it goes to Tangata. Tangata's brought down. That'll be the last tackle for Halifax. 38 metres out from the Bradford line, right of centre field. You can bet the love and the money, Scott Morrell will drill that one into touch, and that is going to turn the Bulls around. And the Bulls now, Damien, they have to chase the game. 14 minutes remain here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 12, Halifax 14.
That was an exact mirror image of the set of 6 that Halifax came out with last time they scored. They were very clinical, good dummy half work, went through their set, grab it exactly the same position to find touch and set the Bulls back, playing it out 12 metres with a scrum coming out of their own end. Good football from Halifax.
From that 10-metre scrum, Webster to Ryan, tackle number 1. Hallis back to Webster. Webster, second tackle gone. Up to the Bradford 30-metre line, centre field. Hallis down the middle with Kirk. One-man rugby from the Bulls on this set. They're just laying a bit of an attacking platform, mixing the concrete in the mixer. Who's going to be the one to lay the pavement? It goes from Wilde on that left edge to Oakes. 4th tackle gone. 42 metres out now from that Halifax line. It goes to Wilde. Picks the ball up off the floor. Kind bounce. Now goes to Minchella. Lily's pass has been taken in by Webster. That should be back to 1. Webster's lost the ball. Referee's going to say knock on. And this will be head and feet to Halifax. If the referee has seen it. Well,
not played out, he said.
7th error from the Bulls in this game. The clock against them. 13 minutes remain. They're down by 2, 14-12.
Yeah, the Bulls just working that right edge again, which is where they started the game, looking down this left defensive side of the Halifax defensive line. It's going to be a Halifax scrum feed. Game very, very much in the balance here, Mick. It comes back to detail now. No errors, no penalties. And the side that comes up with the least errors and penalties are going to be the side to win this match.
Oh, Bradford have lost it. Halifax have lost the ball. Wildy's going in. Wildy's going to give the Bulls the lead. The Bulls are back in. I was looking at the commentary notes. I can't tell you what happened, but from the scrum, Manny Wildy has stolen the ball, and Manny Wildy has taken the ball home from 45 metres out, and the former Featherstone man has given the Bulls the lead here. It is another decision that has gone upstairs. The Staunton in the tackle. Has the ball been stolen? Damien, over to you.
It's hard to say there. It looks like an error. The referee hasn't indicated it might have been stolen. There's 3 in it. The ball is squeezed out there for sure. How that's happened, I don't know. They're having another close look at it here on the replay. Staunton's made the first collision Hands in. No, it's just spat out, I think. The ball's just spat out from a good collision and been picked up there by the Bulls who've run away. Staunton's gone in, ball and all. Another arm coming in. I can't see a Bull's hand that's gone in there to remove the ball. I can't see a stripping penalty in that. We talked about the side that makes the least errors, the side that comes up with discipline are the ones that are going to go on and win. And as soon as we finish talking about that, an error has come up one way or another here, and it could be crucial. What a call this is for upstairs.
Well, video referee Chris Kendall, this is now the 14th frame and view.
Is there a left arm in there from Staunton that's reached up?
They're looking at the grounding. It's going to be given. The Bulls are one way to Bolton. There's 10 minutes left. Matty Wilde, has he got his third try of the season? He has. Tia away. The Bulls lead. There's bedlam in the stands. Jubilation on the terraces. Listen to the noise. This one is going all the way. Strap yourselves in.
Gritty rugby league this, Mick. A quarter-final for the ages. It's been punch, counter-punch, error, counter-error. Bit of ill discipline both ways, and then little bits of magic squeezed in there to get the points on the ground. That came about from wonderful contact from Matty Staunton. Straight up. Was it Staunton or was it Farrell? It was Staunton. Straight up on him. Squeezed the ball out there and been picked up by an ever-alert Matty Wilde, who's raced away to score. I tell you what, Mick, this is not over yet by any stretch. 2 points in it. Lilly with a tough kick to come. What's the kick predictor tell us from there?
71% for Jordan Lilly, yet to miss this afternoon. Lilly, 10 metres in from that far stand touchline with that golden right boot. That one has gone across the face of the post. And here at Odsal Stadium, we've now got a Bradford Bulls lead by 2 points at 16 points to 14. What on earth is happening out there on the field? I was looking at the commentary notes, and the next thing I look up, and Wilde's going in.
What's so crucial here for the Bulls is just follow the lead of Halifax. When Halifax have scored, they've had a great set. Their first ball set back in possession after points. The Bulls have to replicate that. They must get a good set away here as Crossley hits it up. They must get to the end of their set, and they must rubber in and find touch. They've got to replicate what Halifax have done here. 2 points in it. Penalties are so crucial. Discipline is so crucial. As Ethan Ryan now gets in an defensive line, punches some yards up there towards the 40-metre mark. Wilde into dummy half, doing a great job there.
Bradford on the halfway line. The crowd appealing for a penalty, none forthcoming. The rain now just picking up here. Handling difficult, could be crucial. It's greasy out there. They're on the last tackle here, the Bulls. Kirk gets to his feet. Hallis at dummy half. It goes to Wilde, and Wilde will slip that one between Sharp and QLT. He's not quite found touch, and QLT now will start his attacking raid from the 10-metre line. 15 out from his own line as Lilly and also Minchella coming in there at full time. Should the Bulls hold on? I'm racing down pitch side to get some live raw reaction from those heroes out there on the field, and we've got 10 minutes remaining. Bradford 16, Halifax 14, and Halifax, they're coming forward now. They're up to halfway. More in at dummy half. It goes to Morell. Morell past Minchella and Staunton. Out to Laroya. Laroya's brought down. My big bold Pulse 2 prediction was we'd be locked up at the 80th minute and we go to golden point. Morell, last tackle, 30 metres out. Dalton Grant juggles with the ball, keeps hold of it, and here come the Bulls. Webster tackle number 2. Webster's brought down 10 metres out from his own line. This is where that manic May and those trips to Toronto, Featherstone, Halifax at the bash, we might still see a little bit of aftershock and tiredness and fatigue. Lilly's brought down there by Woodburn Hall, but Lilly's got the ball away. It goes to Minchella. Minchella down the middle, just a couple of metres shy of halfway. Hallis to Crossley. Crossley, look at that aggression. And that's the last tackle for John Keir and the Bulls. 7.5 minutes remain. Lilly 40 metres out, looks up. Saltonstall under pressure on his return to action, and Saltonstall does well. And QLT takes that inside ball, and he's wrapped up 18 out from his own try line. What have Halifax got left in the tank? They have to take the game now to the Bradford Bulls. Here goes Will Sharp. Sharp, a lot of experience, and he's going to be brought down. The 32-year-old, just 10 shy of halfway. Brandon Moore looks up, gives it there to Elliot Morris. Morris is brought down. That's fourth tackle gone here for Halifax. Morell keeps it going to Tangata. Tangata's brought down, and now Halifax are on the fourth tackle. One remaining here, 5 metres inside the Bradford half. Morell along the line to Griggs, to Cooper. Woodburn Hall! He's thrown an almighty dummy past Ethan Ryan, and Halifax are underneath the sticks, and the Bulls, they've got to chase the game once again. Grandstand finale coming up here at Unsall Stadium, and James Woodburn Hall, the former London Broncos man, has got his 9th try of the season, and he may have just broken Bradford hearts.
Look, again, that line break came almost identical to where it came through for the last try, Mick. Again, the inside play, backing up on the inside from Halifax. Ethan Ryan tried his luck there. He went for an intercept. It was 2-on-1. He had to try something. He wasn't able to come up with the right play, but no harsh on blaming him. It was a change of angle there from Halifax. They cut back on the inside. A very good try. Bulls are going to be down by 2 points. Kick right in front to come. Halifax will make it 20 points to 16. And how long we got there? 5.5 minutes left on the clock, Mick. Well, what about this Challenge Cup and the grandstand finishes that it can provide?
Tyra from in front on the Pulse 2 scoreboard here at Unsall Stadium. Mick Gledhill, Damien Irving. It's Bradford 16, Halifax 20. It is now 3 tries apiece, and the difference has been the immaculate goal kicking of Steve Tyra, yet to miss this afternoon. Lilly's missed 1, and Minchella has missed 2. 6 points that have gone off radar from the Bulls, and the Bulls now have to chase the game. 5.5 minutes remaining here at Unsall. Lilly goes shallow, looking for Ethan Ryan. That ball's been palmed back towards the Halifax line, and Halifax have it 10 metres out from their own try line here, as Scott Griggs goes in at dummy half. It goes to Saltonstall. Saltonstall is brought down, the former Warrington man, 20 metres out from his own try line. Second tackle gone. It now goes on that right edge towards Leroya. Third tackle gone. Bradford need the ball. We've got 5 minutes remaining. It's Bradford 16, Halifax 20. A place for Bolton and the Challenge Cup semi-final up for grabs, as Bradford now defending for the lives. They're on the last tackle just inside the Bradford half, as Scott Morell will drill this one into touch, trying to run the clock down, which he does, and that will draw a loud round of applause from the Halifax supporters in the main stand here, because the Bulls have to form the scrum, and referee Scott Michalauskas will stop the clock, and the Bulls, Damien, 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in this one. Are we about to see a Hail Mary? A big comeback here for the Bulls. They've done it so many times this season. 4 minutes remain. 4 points the difference. The war cry, come on you Bulls, reverberating around Old Lady Unsall. And that's not the start to the set the Bulls wanted. Tangata and Woodburn Hall pinning back Sam Hallas. Here goes Ross Peltier. Peltier, second tackle gone, just outside his own 20 metre line, peeling for a penalty, none forthcoming. Hallas to Lilly. Lilly's pass off the bootlaces of Dalton Grant. Scott Griggs was looking to pinch that one. Webster out a dummy half to Farrell. Farrell goes down the middle channel, fourth tackle gone. The Bulls are not going to trouble Halifax this far away from the line. They need some Lilly magic. He wears the hat, kicks it in centre field, straight down the throat of QLT. QLT, he could really cement this win here for Halifax. He takes it out, 20 metres out from that Bradford line. This could be heartbreak for the Bulls. There's 2.5 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. The Challenge Cup semi-final draw will be coming up probably after 5 o'clock when we're off air, because this game has gone the distance and then some. Halifax know a try here will see them book the place to Bolton. Morrell 10 metres out from the Bradford line, down the middle with Tangata. Tangata's brought down 5 metres out. 2 tackles remaining. Morrell, it goes to Griggs. Griggs keeps hold of the ball. Farrell and Lilly wrap him up, and that's the last tackle for Halifax. 2 minutes remain here at Odsal Stadium. The kick will come from Morrell. No, he won't. Morrell's going to run it. And that is good suffocating defence there from the Bulls. Michela will play the ball 5 metres out from his own line. This will be the final set of 6 for the Bulls. They've got to go 90 metres. We need something biblical to happen. Here goes Dalton Grant. Tired bodies everywhere. Second tackle gone. 20 out from their own line. The need to spread the ball. The fans urging them on. It goes to Peltier, to Ryan. It goes back to Kirk. Third tackle gone. We've got 70 seconds remaining. Hallis to Wildy. Wildy back to Lilly. Lilly to Ryan. Ryan's brought down on the shoulder. Referee Scott Michelauskas will call time off. And that'll be the 4th tackle. Ryan's gone down, and we might see a penalty to the Bulls here if the officials have another look. 60 seconds remaining here at Odsal Stadium. It's Bradford 16, Halifax 20, and it's going right down to the wire. But Damien, the Bulls just running out in the end, I feel here. We're going to need something exceptional to turn the tide, because as things stand, Halifax are going to Bolton, and they will join Hull FC, St Helens and Warrington. Ethan Ryan still down on the field of play, getting attention from Gareth Carvell and also Matt Duke, the Bradford Bulls physio. And I think at this point, Damien, you need to decide the Pulse 2 man of the match.
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one, Mick. I mean, the game's still in the balance really with a set to go here, but I think for the Bulls, Jordan Lilly has been outstanding. Matty Wildy has been outstanding. He's been there all game. David Bogdan-Johnson has a very good game on the wing, and Connor Farrell also has contributed very, very well. So it'll be a pick out of those 4 there, Mick. If I had to lean, I probably would lean towards Jordan Lilly again as being man of the match. He's really stepped up on the big stage here.
Play back on. Bulls, one last roll of the dice. They're going to look for a double 6. Lilly out there to Oakes. This is the last tackle. 50 seconds remaining. It's Lilly. It's Jordan Lilly. It goes to Wildy. Wildy kicks ahead, and Tyra smothers on the ball. Gets back up, and he will be brought down by Lilly and Farrell. It's going to be defeat and heartache here for the Bradford Bulls as Peltier looks to pinch the ball with 30 seconds remaining here. It's going to be a famous win for Halifax at Odsal Stadium. Dan Fleming over on that right-hand edge, one of 5 former Bradford players. They're going to lap this one up. They're going to enjoy it. 10 seconds remaining. Halifax 40 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. And Halifax, they're going to pick up their first win in the Challenge Cup over Bradford since 1944. And look at the scenes at Odsal. Crestfallen dejection for the Bradford Bulls.